Example 2, Andrea's portraits. Andrea is a street artist in New Orleans. She draws caricatures, cartoon-like pictures of tourists. So if you've never seen a caricature, so this is a picture of what Jimmy Fallon really looks like, and then this is a caricature of him. So they take their features and kind of exasperate them and make them a little bit larger than life. People have her portrait drawn and then come back later to pick it up from her. The graph below shows the relationship between the number of portraits she draws and the amount of time and hours she needs to draw the portraits. So this is the graph and data that we'll be using to answer our questions. All right, our first question. Write several ordered pairs from the graph and explain what each ordered pair means in the context of this problem. So if I'm going to go to my graph, and I'm going to look for places where it crosses the grid on the graph. So there's a good place here. There's a good place here and here. So let's use those three. All right, so this first point is 2, 3. When we write ordered pairs, we need to remember to use the correct notation, so parentheses and a comma between them. So this 2 is on this x-axis, so this means that she spent 2 hours drawing, and in that 2 hours she drew a total of 3 portraits. So this is 2 hours drawing 3 portraits. Okay, another point on our graph. Let's do the middle one here. So this is 4, 6. So this would be 4 hours drawing 6 portraits. And then let's do our last point here. So this is 6, 9. So 6 hours drawing 9 portraits. All right, write several equations that would relate the number of portraits drawn to the time spent drawing the portraits. All right, so we're going to use our points here. Now we have to remember that when we write these points, it's the x variable to the y variable. We know we can find our constant of proportionality by taking the y divided by the x. So for this first one, it would be y equals 3 over 2 x. If we were to use this second point, it would be y equals 6 over 4 times x. And then on this one, y equals 9 over 6 times x. So really we have 3 different equations, but they all mean the same thing. If we think about each of these, they all would simplify down to this 3 over 2. All right, and our last question, determine the constant of proportionality for this problem and explain what it means in this situation. All right, so to find our constant of proportionality, we're doing y divided by x, which we've done to find our equations, this 3 over 2. Okay, so k is equal to 3 over 2. And this means that she can draw 3 halves, or 1.5 portraits are drawn per 1 hour.